You know, boys, I've asked you a while back if you guys want a video on my radars, and someone mentioned in the comment section today again, you know, it'd be nice if you could do a radar video. And then once in a while, I always see that comment. I'm like, oh, shoot, when am I going to get them 3 radars? Well, the answer is never. I just won't. I don't think I'll ever set time aside, go collect all 3 radars and start talking about them. So I'll knock them out one at a time. I got 2 of them, one in here and one in there. So let's get these 2, and then I'll get the 3rd one. Funny thing is, I was thinking about it. To average out the miles that I have on these radars, okay, I'm not a radar reviewer guy, okay. I talk from experience. The funny thing is, this one has about 500,000 on it, believe it or not. That Mercedes has one with about 50,000 miles. How many miles I've done with these radars? So 500,000, about 50,000, and then the one in my SUV, which came from the Ford Mustang, the GT350. Is about 5,000 miles on that one. So it's weird how it all rounds up to about those values. This one clearly I've had for a while. Okay, and the story goes like this. I was very fortunate from a young age. I mean, I have a lead foot, and when it comes to fast cars, I'm all in. But I've stayed away from tickets, and as soon as I decide to take on a job that requires a driver's license, I start picking up tickets. So I get I did get a drag racing ticket when I was 18. And I'm like, oh, smokes, here goes my streak, right? 2 weeks later, after I get put on probation, I get pulled over for street racing again. I know, I don't get it. At age 18, I'm like, oh, smack. I'm supposed to be, going into this courier business, and I'm about to lose my license the way I'm going at it. So, within 2 weeks, I got 2 tickets. And it was an old gentleman, man. God bless him. He figured out, he's like, son, I'm going to give you 5 miles over, okay? But I highly advise you to slow down. And he knew what was going on, because at that point I was already on probation. If I would have gotten another racing ticket, I'd been done. So next day I go. I'd chill out. That really put me out. Next day I go, and that's the time of my life where I try to quit drag racing. That didn't work very well for me. I was very depressed. Shortly, like a day or 2 after, I went out and bought this radar. So you guys are going to say, 500,000, that's a lot. Hey guys, I'm 28, and I had that when I was 18. So 10 years, it's 50,000 miles a year is not a lot of miles. I'm probably more than 500,000, but I'm rounding it off so you guys understand being conservative. So you guys for a fact know I've done at least 500,000 with this radar. I have nothing but good things to say about this radar. And shoot, why am I not showing what radar it is? You can't really tell. Is it my shades, or you can't read what it says? No, you can see what it says. Oh shoot, no, you can't. Man, let there be light. This is a Passport. Let me unhook it. This is a Passport 95ix. This is the radar I've had from the age of 18. Nothing but good things to say about it. Like I'm repeating myself. I have not had Valentine 1. Heard good things about it, but 10 years ago I bought this thing. Never regretted it. And when I bought it, guys, because I went to a church, fairly conservative church, but very consistently. So guys knew us. We guys knew each other. So they started calling me the radar man, and they're making fun of me. And then I would hear one guy would get a ticket, another guy get a ticket, and I'd laugh at him and be like, how many radars could have you bought? How many radars could you bought? And they always go through attorneys and get all the tickets dropped. And of course, you can't fix stupid, but I'm not the biggest genius either. But I have me a little help. I always have this guy with me. And here's the thing. The thing in life is when you are speeding, it's not usually when you're going to get a ticket. It's the fact when you're not speeding, when you're not alarmed, when you're not, on. And me being me, my head is in so many places, and I don't mean to be vulgar about it, but I could be driving down I-90 in Spokane, and I could be in Tri-Cities or California calculating some miles or something. So this buddy right here always warns, like, buddy, you got someone watching your speed, or hey, there's someone clocking speeds. It's great that the cop's nearby, but he ain't clocking, he don't know. And I'm not talking about like hauling tail on a truck like this. Yeah, this truck has some power to it, and it's turned up a little bit, but That's not why I have that radar. That's just a friendly reminder saying, hey, there's someone up ahead clocking. And it has never let me down. There's situations where I relied on it and I was pushing for time, hurting for time, and I needed to make time, and it's usually in that guy right there that I'm concerned of getting clocked. That thing has 650 horse and 750 torque, guys. When it's working right. I have a problem with heat on that thing. It just builds too much heat, and I've been fighting it, but let's stay focused here. This radar, nothing but good things. Even today's day, you know, if you want to buy the best radar money, not best radar money could buy, best bang for your buck, I would say it's that radar. I'm sorry, guys. 10 years later, to me, it's still that radar. It's what it's capable of, the range, well, back then, how intelligent it was. Right now, it's still on par. I couldn't say enough of good things about it. So anyways, let's move on to the next radar. Funny thing is how life works. I lost my main shades. The shades that I've had for years. And I went out and bought these shades that I just showed in the camera. And Lord behold, a week later, I find those shades in that truck, but on the other side, the passenger side. So they flew off the seat and, you know, fell into the pocket. So a week later, I was digging through my truck. I'm like, oh, here they are. When I bought these shades that I showed you, I didn't realize that I bought myself my favorite shades. Kid you not. That's all there is to it. You know, in life, you think you're doing something. I'm like, okay, well, these are pretty cool. I still miss my old ones, but I guess these will work. And shortly after, it's like, dude, these are my favorite shades. They fit well. They just... Don't worry, I still like those shades, but these shades are better. Here. Shoot. Guys, let me put you on pause. I gotta lock this fence. Anyways, back to recording we go. Man, my battery's getting low. Don't tell me I left my car keys in the truck. Nope, let them in the ignition. No surprise. Anyways, boys, now what we got here... I mean, I do not have to convince you. This thing has long tube headers. I don't think I've ever showed this car in this channel. I could not say enough good things about it, okay? All the problems that I've had with this car is because they're self-inflicted by me. I'm always, and I'm not saying they left me stranded. I'm just saying this thing is, you know, just creates too much heat. That's all there is to it. Oh, I got a charger in here. Let me hook up this thing so it charges. Well, as soon as I hooked up my charger, this thing went, died. Anyways, what I'm trying to show you here, just listen. You don't gotta convince nobody that this thing got some power under the hood. It has some long tube headers, and it creates too much heat because I put quite a bit, 2 sizes down, smaller supercharger pulling, and that creates a lot of heat. You know, I got the long tube headers, and I've increased the fluid capacity on the supercharger side 3 times the stock, and it still has a hard time keeping them. Okay, that's it. I'm staying focused. I know, guys. So this is the bad boy, okay? This is the Max, the Escort Max 360. When it just came out, when this radar just came out, I bought a unit. And man, what a pile of junk. That thing was false alarming me left and right. It was the solution for the false alarms. Bullcrap, man. This thing was a joke. Throwing laser at me just left and right. And I just went back to the store. I said, hey, this thing has a mind of its own. I want a new one. And they said, well, no one came back and complained about it, but sure, okay. And sure as heck, they gave me a new unit. What a world of difference, okay? But it was still weird in a completely total way. Like, the guy is sitting there tagging at me, and this thing ain't going off, man. I was not happy with this radar. And I consistently was updating it. I think the second to last update that I did on it was a world of difference, okay? Rewind the tape. The first radar that I've bought, this Max 360, has the arrows. Mind of its own, okay? That was total junk. They replaced it with this unit. That went from one extreme, meaning throwing a bunch of false codes at me, to this thing getting tagged and not saying a darn thing. No, I didn't mess up the settings. Through updates. So second to last update was a world difference. This thing became fairly smart, if I call it that. And yeah, keep in mind, I have 50,000 miles with this radar. When I got pulled over for 10 over on my truck, I was still testing with this radar. There are slight chances that I would have picked up that cop with that radar, because that, just the truck itself is taller than an average car, clearly, but it also sits higher, so it clears all the roofs, and I'm able to clear a lot higher distance. I feel like that's the case. I've had that radar in this car for a while as well, so no doubts about that radar. Best radar money could buy. Keep in mind, my third radar is the Escort Ix, the new 95ix, or the way they call it. That radar has been such a success that they had to make a new one. So this one, the final update I did on it, second to last and the last one, phenomenal. Just finally they got it down with the false alerts. Very good unit. Like, I can't say enough. If you want to buy a radar, now I haven't tried it, I don't know what's there new. I think there's a smart one where it's through a smart wire or something. I think that's the newest one, but this is the second to newest one now, because they have a newer SC or CS, whatever. They have Max 360 CS. I think that's what it's the newest ones. I don't know what the real big difference is. The guy was trying to explain it to me, and I'm like, I don't really see anything new about it, so I'll just stick to mine. Really good unit. $650 is what I paid for it. That's what they were going for back then. I don't know what they're going for now. I bought it 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago, whenever it just came out, like a month later. It came out, I bought it, and this was like the first original one I bought was the second one in Spokane, the second unit in Spokane. First one got sold, and they just received it, and I ended up picking this one up. Bought me a birthday present. That's all there was to it. Now the third unit, I wish I had it, but I don't. I'm headed home right now, so I guess once I pull up to the house, I'll open the SUV and share that one with you. But yeah, guys, might as well start heading that way. Since I got a little bit of time, I'll recap the first 95ix, that one that's in the truck. As I've said, I can't say enough good things for it, because that's my experience. When something's junk, it's junk. And like I'm saying, the first one I bought was junk. Okay, sorry guys, I was driving past my truck, I was trying to lock it, and now it looks like, okay, it's locked. So that's that. As far as well, let me finish recapping these two. I'll talk about my third one. I'm having a hard time focused there. Same focus. As far as the 95ix goes, as far as brand new, I never had issues with it. Using it down the road, well, actually, you know what? A year into the ownership of that first one, I better know now that my third one, something's going to go wrong with it. I'm going to end up with the second, third one. The first 95ix, I was driving down the road about a year into it. The radar does this. So the back portion that's hooked up stayed together, but the front opened up. And like you can see all it sounds vulgar, but all the guts, all the brains inside. So I was on my way home from Quincy, driving my Honda Civic with no AC. I wonder why, unglued, so to say. I came to the store. I'm like, yo, look at this thing. He's like, dude, I've never seen this before. But yeah, this would be a pretty easy claim. You don't really got to do a whole lot of explaining. I looked at the unit. You could tell the unit was not dropped. There's no physical evidence of being dropped. So it's like I could see the issue here. So he gave me a new one. So that 95ix is my second unit. That's funny. Completely forgot about the story. Okay, guys. Place called Aspen Sound. Good fellas there. Anyways, I think that's about it. Never had an issue with that radar. This radar, I've said what I had to say. Finally, they got the software down, or firmware, or whatever they call it. I just hook up to it and update periodically. Where the 95ix, ever since I bought it. Yeah, ever since I bought it, I never really, so I guess the second year that they gave me, I never updated it until I bought this 3 years ago, and a month into it, I started updating. That's when I'm like, let me see if I can update my 95X, and then I updated. So that's that to it, you know. As far as money goes, you know, there's this topic of, hey, is it worth it? Absolutely, guys. Even if you're not a lead foot, buy yourself a nice radar, and please, okay. See, you got something like this, but no worries here. Let me put my camera down. The thing that weirded me out about this radar, it always adjusts for the range. Okay, like that was a very short notice. But keep in mind, we're driving slow speeds. The rear angle, or the rear antenna does really good on picking up signals. As you could tell, his rear radar wasn't turned on, it was only his front one. But coming around that corner, now if I was going faster, clearly it would go. Even though you have it on highway, it's supposed to be long range. It still doesn't do like the 95. 95 is just pretty much preset long range once you put highways. That's what I've done my research, and that's what it's showing on these. So that's that. Now to make it more easier for one to decide, because this whole radar thing is so controversial. I mean, when you're in the market trying to buy one, it's really hard. So cut and dry. You know, the 95ix for an average Joe is the perfect setup. They've went down in price. They function. To today's day, they still function. They get triggered by some of these proximity sensors on new vehicles. Started having this issue about a year and a half ago. Like out of the blue, like you'll see this car pulling it, passing you or something. It'll just get a signal and disappear. You know it's coming from that car. But that's about it. You know, average Joe needs one of those. But if you're like me, you gotta know where the signal's coming from, and you know, at certain speeds with this car, you just gotta know which way to head. If y'all are reading between the lines, you gotta know where the signal, the threat is coming from. Hey, these guys are snowmobiling. Look at them. So if you gotta know where it's coming from, besides, hey, slow down, there's someone in the area, you buy one of these. There's nothing about them that should push you away. $650 is a lot of money up front, but if you don't mind paying the insurance and paying your ticket fines, then yeah, go ahead and do that. And for me, it's time and money. Them pulling me over, harassing me, you know, and all that, but I don't have to get into details. Most of you boys got a similar problem as me. You guys like to go fast, and there's nothing to hide. Anyways, guys, I gotta pause the video here. Once I arrive home, I will show you the third one. Anyways, hang on tight. Alrighty, boys, now that I'm home, figured I'd share this radar with you. I already forgot. Walked into the house, now I walked out. Just for you boys. Ooh, nice. My wife cleaned up this SUV. Looks real nice. Anyway, so this radar, let me show you. Escort Ix. So, keep it simple. Escort needed to get their money out of us somehow. The 95ix that I showed you in my truck was such a great success that they pretty much came up with a new one. They call this the Escort Ix, like you say, like you see that it says on the case. It was a $500 radar when it came out. Guys, short gist of it, I have 500,000 miles with this. You know, I've covered 5,000 miles with this radar. It's not a $500 radar. It's not a $400 radar. It's about a $300 radar. It is a simple radar. It does exactly what the 95ix, and they're claiming it's something newer and something smarter. No, the range is the same. That's more or less that. That's more or less it, you know? That's all there is to it. If you want a high advanced radar, buy yourself the Max 360. You got nothing to lose. They finally got it updated where it's proper, and it works good. Advanced radar, the 95ix, the Max 360, the one that has arrows, is the nice advanced one. This and the 95ix would be right on the same line. I know you guys might fall off your chair screaming at me, yeah, you don't know this, you don't know that. What does this thing do? Shows me the speed, That's pretty much it. Okay, that's all there is to it. That's all I want it to do. It does everything I need it to do. Just don't pay $500. It's a $300 radar, as I said. I was lucky enough to get it for $250. I bought it for $299 on sale or whatever at Costco. And a week later, I was walking by. The manager's trying to make room or something. I don't know. He put up another shear. He put up another $50 off. I didn't see it in the ad. I didn't see it in the other Costco. But me being me, I was walking past the cash register on my way. Customer service desk on my way out at Costco. There's 3 people standing there, ready to help customers and no one there to help. Well, sure, Paul comes along. Hey, I saw this, yada yada, what I just told you. Yeah, looks like we owe you $50. Guys, I don't even know why I went there. Like, it's just me, you know. Just curious, you know, just to talk to him. I don't know. I wasn't expecting to get my $50. Wasn't thinking. I guess it's the short gist of it. We owe you $50. Oh, really? Cool. That's it. You know, Costco has their 30-day price guarantee thing, whatever they got going on. But anyways, that's my story. That's how I got it. Me and electronics, I just can't win with used stuff. Anytime I buy some electronics and used, it always bites me in my rear end, so that's why I buy new. Simple. That's all there is to it. A short little recap. 95ix and the Escort Ix, same boat, $300 radars. The Max 360, a nice radar. If you need the Maros, you pay up, double up, and well worth it. End of the day, are radars worth it? Absolutely. If you know how to use a radar and you are smart enough to use a radar, believe it or not, there's some people that can't use a radar. They don't get it. They don't understand the way that radar works, so they don't know when they could rely on it. They feel like they think they could rely on it at all times. That's not the case. So that's all there is to it. Hey, look who's trying to peek in. Anyways, boys, I'm wrapping up my video here, but yeah, short gist of it. If you get this one for $300 or a brand new 95ix, buy it. And if you need the high advanced one, get the Max 360. You're not losing money on any way, shape, or form. Do not pay more than $300 for this one, and that's all there is to it. Someone wants some attention here. All right, God bless you. Bye.